we don't ever talk about what's going on currently in comics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this segment,
Yeah.
we're getting into
Okay.
TV show as
Smokes.
I'm calling it just comics. Because where else? Where else but comics?
Right.
Right? So I picked 2 Marvel, I picked 2 DC, and I picked 1 random one, which is
That's great.
which is Ninja Turtles.
Come on.
So that's the vibe we're going for.
Well,
Okay. So this first one, we'll just go Marvel to DC to Ninja
Yep.
Turtles. Okay,
Yep.
this first one, and I just want your opinion on good idea,
okay.
bad idea,
Bad idea.
or that's just out there.
Ooh, okay.
You know,
Good,
weird,
bad, or just freaking weird?
badass,
Yep.
ass, weird.
Okay, it's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Number 1. Okay, now let me set the scene. This
Yep.
happened in the recent Spider-Man.
Okay.
And you
Okay. Started.
I'm sure you've heard of Zeb Wells' run not being so good. Have you heard those rumors?
Honestly, I haven't. I'm fairly out of the loop with recent stuff. I tend to be a looper of sorts. Speaking of loops, I kind of just loop around the old, so to speak, stuff that I enjoy.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So
Zeb Wells authoring Spider-Man.
and then the artist is John Romita Jr., who
yeah.
I think I've expressed I'm
You
not a
don't
fan
like John Romita
of his
Jr.
art for Spider-Man. For Spider-Man, at least.
Which he has such a unique, distinct style that I think your personal preference there completely fair, because his unique style is only going to work for some characters in some instances.
Yeah, because like Worldbreaker Hulk, wasn't that him?
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't too bad.
Oh, that's good.
So
That's good.
it's just not my style.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyways,
Yeah.
Zeb Wells,
boxy. It's very strange. Well, for Wolverine.
fair enough.
Anyway,
Now I don't know if this is within Zeb Wells' run. I think it might be. But
wait, one more thing. Should be pointed out that John Romita Sr. is the artist that did the Lord's work at crafting the iconic, like when you picture what Spider-Man looks like in your mind, or you see Spider-Man comics during their original run or runs, that's John Romita Sr. And his style is very different from Junior's. Very, very much more, I'm just going to call it traditional. It's good. It's really stinking solid. Junior is, again, he's an acquired taste is probably the best way to describe him. But Senior, there's some legacy going on here on the artistic side. I find it fascinating that Junior chose to jump in.
yeah, so Zeb Wells, his run has not been
Well received.
because
Wells, not wealth.
yeah, right. So because like before he picked it up, they set Spider-Man up for getting married to Mary Jane again. Like they set it up for everybody. They love Spidey. Like it set him off in a good spot. Okay.
That can't last.
Immediately afterwards,
Yes.
the next issue, his first issue,
Death.
he's like,
Pregnancy scares.
he made it so everybody hates Spider-Man. Sure. And everybody's like, why?
Well, he made Spider-Man like not villain?
Not necessarily a villain.
Right.
But
He's unlikable.
They're like, everybody's out to get him. And it shows why Mary Jane like left him and all this stuff.
Oh.
She gets left in a different dimension. He's gone for a day. For her, that's 6 years in this other dimension. And she falls in love with another guy and they have 2 children. It's all weird. Super weird. Okay. So anyways, Norman Osborn, good guy right now. That's the only guy that Pete's getting along with is Norman Osborn.
That's messed up.
So
That's just messed up.
because for some reason they are dealing with people from hell. Okay. They
Sure, as a Spider-Man does.
so it was Ben Reilly's girlfriend who went into a villain.
Riley's still around? The
Yeah.
clone Spider-Man?
Yeah, he's now a villain now too.
Oh,
It's a
boy.
whole thing. So trust me, when I get there, it's great.
No,
so
this is great.
So it's his girlfriend. I think she's called like Hallows Eve or something. I'm not even 100% sure. Some of these facts could be wrong, so don't fight me too bad.
Jamie Garcia.
So anyways, she's down there with Craven.
Uh-huh.
Their objective is to turn Norman back into the Green Goblin. Okay, so they get this spear, and pretty much this spear has all the sins of the Goblin. So the idea is Craven stabs.
Spear, I like that.
Yes, Craven stabs Gobby.
Yep.
with the Goblin Spear, turns
Yep.
him back into Green Goblin.
Great.
That's the idea, the premise.
Big fan.
And
Big fan.
bad things happen.
Stab him.
Bad things happen. So
Uh-oh.
here's the thought process, okay?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Peter Parker stepping in front of that spear to save Norman Osborn?
No. Oh.
And then there is an image
Oh no.
of Peter cackling like the Green Goblin
Oh.
and Craven running for his life because he realizes he done messed up.
Oh no.
And the next issue, he's back in the black suit hunting Craven the Hunter.
Where's the button that I hit to select sweaty ass? Like for this idea. Where is that? I need buttons in front of me. I need a good I need a badass, sweaty ass, and I gotta get away from the butt metaphors. Good, not good, and just plain weird. It's not good. It's not good.
No?
No.
You don't want to see Spider-Man go on a villain tear?
No, it's to me it's a very not original concept to literally make the hero his or her arch nemesis.
Well, he's had the suit, that weird Goblin-esque suit for a little while now too, so it's kind of like, huh.
No, not even like I don't even hear that and go, that's weird. I hear that and go, that's just a bad idea. That's been done before, to have a hero become literally his most feared villain. Like they did it most recently, as far as I know, with Batman, where they had him become like the Joker of sorts, or maybe it was the inverse of that. The Joker became Batman. Still, it's like, why?
Well,
Why?
now that I think about it, didn't they kind of do that in House of M? Wasn't House of M Spider-Man like he's living life as a mutant, but he's not really a mutant? And then like
he wasn't just a flat out villain though.
No, but like he had like a split personality kind of thing, and then when he was like,
I think that was
found out he was a Green Goblin as well, or something like that.
I don't remember that from House of M. Yeah, to be really honest with you, I'd love to throw you a bone and say yes, but I can't in good conscience do it. I'm so sorry.
Either way,
Mr. Wells, what are we doing here? That's not what we want to see. You don't want to see Peter Parker become the Green Goblin. He's Peter Parker. By all means, pile adversity on the guy. That's why he's there, but don't abuse the privilege of writing the Spider-Man character and say, what if I just made him Green Goblin? You don't. There's a reason that you don't do that. It's a bad idea. Bad idea. What do you think?
if it was executed decent, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's great. But like, it's just like, I don't know. I've seen Spidey go through so much crap.
Yep.
So much garbage. Like, dude just doesn't ever get a break. We've talked about this on this podcast before. And like, I don't know. I don't know how whoever picks up after Zeb, like, picks up the pieces for this. And it's like, here, like, how can we redeem him? Because that's where it almost comes off as it's like, you're trying to make it so, feels like you're trying to make it where he's irredeemable.
Right.
And he's not going to ever be able to come back into the limelight.
No, it's not a good idea. The way that you could make it work is he gets hit by the spear. He's trying to save Norman, which, first of all, I'm more interested in that kind of a sacrifice play if Norman is his bad self, right? Like, that's more noble of Peter Parker to save Norman Osborn if they're not weirdly friends. That's my take on that aspect of it. But then from there, let's say he gets hit by, the goblin, in this case, spear, let's call it a goblin toxin. It would be more compelling to me if there was a race against time of, hey, you're going to turn into, like, your mind, your body, as it metabolizes this toxin, you're going to start turning into a goblin character, right? And so we need to find the antidote as quickly as possible before that happens. And by we, I mean, hey, in this case, whoever Peter Parker's allies would be. But for him to just get hit by a spear, it's like, oh, goblin. I still find that, I don't find that compelling.
I think for me too, it would have been cool to see him fight it off.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's kind of like his thing.
Sure.
Like, his resilience is
Yeah.
kind of up there. And watching him try to fight it off, maybe not being able to, and then having Norman step in to be like, hey, here's how you conquer it, because that's what I've been doing.
Right.
I've been holding it back.
Yeah. And it can work in the sense where you can use it as, like, if it's an alternate take on the character, right? Like the Batman Who Laughs is, or once was, Bruce Wayne, Batman, absorbed the Joker toxin, got twisted into this combination of the Joker and Batman, and became a tremendous villain for our world's Batman. But that's the whole point. He came from a different world. He's an alternate take on the character, and he's used as the villain anyway, not as, not as a hero getting twisted. So I just, nope, bad. There's my vote. One bad so far.
Yeah. So it was Queen Goblin.
Goblin.
Yeah, I'm looking. I just want to confirm that it was Zeb Wells, and it is Zeb Wells. So
Yep.
Yes. It looks like they switched some of the art though. But either way, it was Zeb Wells. So yes. But yeah.
Way to go, Zeb. You had your chance and you blew it.
I think there's another Spider-Man run going on by, I'll say, Nick Spencer. Somebody that just did, or Dan Slott might have picked it back up. Somebody picked it back up. I don't remember. So there's two. Anywho,
Freaking
so that
Zeb Wells.
was number one.